The Africa Real Estate Summit Awards and Expo 2025 gathered industry leaders, experts, and innovators from across the continent and beyond, offering an unparalleled platform for knowledge exchange, recognition, exhibition, and networking. The theme was the future of real estate in Africa, technology and digital evolution. Let's continue from the last time. Participants and stakeholders had learned quite a lot, but they had questions that needed immediate answers. Certified event host Buife Nomeh brought the speakers back for a question and answer session.
I would like to ask, from your perspective, how can we as real estate professionals build that trust?
I think let's even start from the easiest one. How many of us here have our WhatsApp on disappearing message? Your WhatsApp is on disappearing. It disappears every 24 hours and you are in real estate. I had to start with that so you understand what trust really is. Trust is a currency, especially in emerging markets like Africa, like in Nigeria. And you know why? Because people do not intentionally build trust. Some intentionally build trust. And trust is about building digital footprint. Trust is a currency that builds wealth.
So, if you want to gather a data, you have to define your objectives and your scope. What do you want to achieve first? So when you know this, you will know the kind of data you are to get. So when you know your objective, what you should what the kind of data you should get, it will be determinant with your objective and your scope. So when you know what you want to achieve, you will know the kind of relevant data you should get. Just like when I was speaking, I said just you have demographic data, geographic data, you have the economic data. So these are determinant factors to your objective and your scope. When you know what you want to achieve, you will know the kind of data you should collect and where you should collect them. The information, raw information, keep it. Every record, every sales record, property prices, keep them. Many of us don't keep our data, we just guesswork. That's why we are lacking, and the world is evolving. Data and technology is no longer nice to have, they are essential. So it's essential to be used even in real estate.
There are people who do not necessarily have the resource to go acquire land in Lekki-Ekpe Expressway. Huge. What they've done is to leverage collaboration, right? And I think that we miss it sometimes. We want to just start big. We just want to raise 500 million naira to go and buy one land. But the reality is I've read stories and I've also had a conversation with folks who just did micro investment bit by bit. First they acquired 100 by 100 land, right? And then, built it and then progressed and then collaborated, which is why I spoke about collaboration earlier on. Trust me, in this room right now, partnerships can be established if we only collaborate together. I am very sure that by the time you speak to your network and you speak with 5 people here, you guys can even work together and say, you know what, I have got this property, can you support here, can you invest this, right? And then you can build that up. Before you think about tokenization as well, people want to invest from abroad. People that living in Nigeria, people want to invest. How about people that have 5 million naira? But they can't afford to buy a property worth 120 million. Okay? How they give you that 5 million and you told them that you're going to deliver that property, they will pay in 12 months. They deliver the money, but you did not deliver the product, the house in after 24 months or even for the 3 years. There are so many of those things happening. So I think that just to summarize, before you think about tokenization, first, have a solid business case, even if it's a prototype that works. Technology, like I said earlier on, is an enabler. Do not rush to just bring technology to your real estate business because is the main thing. Everyone is talking about AI. Everybody's just embedding AI. But the real fundamental is building the right fundamentals for your business first, right? Real estate is a tangible business. But when added with tech, it can scale really quick. But what I will say is, before you begin to introduce tech, understand what is the objective of introducing it, so that by the time you introduce it, it can help you scale fast. And so that's just how I would like to wrap that up.
The keynote speaker was Jermaine Sanwo-Olu, a trailblazer in real estate and public service. As the head of the Lagos State Office of Diaspora Affairs and Executive Assistant to the Lagos State Governor, Jermaine brought a wealth of experience and insight. He is also a renowned estate surveyor and valuer and an accomplished PR consultant.
Now, frankly, Rutherford once said that real estate cannot be stolen, it cannot be lost, nor can it be carried away. Purchased with common sense, paid in full, and managed with reasonable care, it's about the safest investment in the world. Are you going to be a partner? Are you going to be a partner for risk, or a risky partner? Are you going to be a trusted partner? That's what you must ask yourself. As an aspiring realtor or a developer here, please choose the path of trust. The Lagos State Office of Diaspora Affairs, which I head, we have what they call the real estate desk. And our vision with that desk is to support people like you who may be developers, agents, who want to actually partner with the diaspora. So if you want to partner with the diaspora, those people in our own network, just send an email to realestatedesk@lagosdiaspora.ng. This office was founded by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the most diaspora-centered governor in the whole of Africa, I would say the world, who wants to see the Teams Plus agenda come to realization. I want you to know that the time to act is not tomorrow, the time is now. And if you take proper action, you will get a proper results. Real estate, yes, they say it's a game of numbers. Don't take no for an answer in real estate. Persist, persevere. Most people have made it. In fact, the list of billionaires, many of them have made it through real estate. So be on that list. People that will make it, or the person that will make it in real estate. You've got everything it takes. Improve your communication skills, improve your networking skills, improve your sales skills. You just don't sell, you just open your mouth and start selling it physically. But it's an art. There's a psychology that goes behind selling, either digitally or physically. You need to study, read a book, Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. How many of you have read that book? Okay, good. Some of you. So you need to invest in sales and marketing skills, and ultimately you come out on top. Africa, as I said earlier on, is an opportunity opening up for the rest of the world. And the diaspora is one of Africa's greatest opportunities. Not just Nigerian diaspora, but the historic diaspora, the African Americans, those in Brazil looking to come back home. And I'm glad to tell you that the Lagos State Office of Diaspora Affairs is going to be working with LSDPC and LBIC to set up what we call the Lagos State Diaspora Estate and Diaspora Villas. That's going to be situated in the Badagry area, but also on the mainland too.
After his address, yours truly sat with Jermaine Sanwo-Olu for an exclusive interview and interactive session with the audience.
It's always good to invest in a very profitable sector when you are young, when you have energy, when you are youthful. So you're a media personality. It will be easy for you to transition into real estate. You can communicate, and there's so much you can do. Use your media skills to sell and to also get involved in real estate. AI, it's important. We need to leverage more of AI when it comes to the estate management profession in Nigeria. The valuation tables is our guidelines when we do that. But I'm sure it's going to be automated if it hasn't been done also, but people normally just upload it to their systems and all that. But we need to have systems whereby we can leverage technology. And real estate valuation is both subjective and objective sometimes. It's based on the experience, the expertise of the valuer involved. So using AI, which is artificial intelligence, which may not be have a real life expression, may be difficult because there are a lot of subjective factors that when you get on site, you need to consider when valuing properties. So AI definitely will be used when it comes to report writing and other things that can be administratively processed together. You can use it to put together your reports and all that. But when it comes to letting management, you can have AI agents, that directly interface with your clients without you actually needing to be responding to all messages and all that.
I want to ask you about diaspora and real estate. How do you merge that and how is it working for Lagos State?
Okay. Critical to the return or reintegration experience of the diaspora is housing. They want to feel at home when they come to Nigeria, or they want to have a feeling of a feeling that they are connected to a piece of real estate that is in their name, that is their own. They bought or they've leased when they're home. So you cannot disconnect diaspora experience or the return experience from real estate. That's why most of them, if you're a developer, you're someone in sales, you see that most of the sales that you actually close in the Lekki-Ekpe axis is by diasporans. You understand? They are the market, they are the landlords, of that area. So they are the people that we need to serve, and we owe them that trust. We owe them that ability to averse their risk. Make them feel like if they are investing in their homeland. So their diaspora investment is critical for the success of Lagos State moving forward. And I always say that, whether it's the Ekpe area moving up, the Kodu area expanding, the greater Lagos building, the new islands coming up, diasporans are going to be critical. They have the cash, the exchange rate is an opportunity, for also them to bring in their funds to be able to buy at lower prices in their own estimations. So we're going to be having interactive sessions whereby we have real estate developers who have been verified partner with us, and we can now present what they are doing to the diaspora. Good opportunities, credible people. That's why I asked that if you are interested, send an email to realestatedesk@lagosdiaspora.ng, because we need to collate people, data of people who are in this industry, who want to partner with the diaspora, who are credible. So just tune in. We're going to be sending emails and all that towards the end of the August, September, a lot of events, and so that we can actually connect the diaspora with credible, trusted developers. And once you see us start selling our own, then you know that the game is on. But even this month, you will start seeing a lot of social media engagement, particularly in the real estate sector. For those of you who want to join, you can join our sessions, and we'll create groups and all that for that. So it's within our plan. We're just setting things up to facilitate that. Make sure you connect, send an email, register your interest, then we can take it from there. Real Estate Desk at lagosdiaspora.ng.
Lagos, they say, might sink in the next how many? Is listed among the world's sinking cities.
Are you asking me?
I am telling you. I am telling you that is listed.
So who listed it? Why is this list?
Yes, because Lagos is most of Lagos is water island. Okay, so confirm or deny it, and is really, we're talking about Africa here. So Lagos, is it worth investing in? I don't know when our Lord Jesus Christ will come, but can I do a 15-20 year investment? Because someone said it, and it's not just someone, it's a research actually. So
which research?
It's a research. It's a world research. Lagos is listed among the sinking cities of the world. So I'm asking because of investments. I understand what you're trying to say. Is it worth it?
It's worth it, too. Is Lagos worth it? So they have answered. How many of you are making money in Lagos? Even exactly, so that's research. But our Lagos
That's
is not.
the same reason why people will live in a flood-prone area.
I know what you are saying. You understand? We've done a lot of land reclamation during the
A lot, and
yeah.
the water might revolt one day. Won't it revolt? Yeah.
I understand.
Just push back.
Okay, I get what you are trying to say. You understand? But we are taking every means possible to secure Lagos.
Especially the island.
Planners,
Lagos.
you know, there's Lagos Island, Victoria Island. There is even Lekki is not an island; it's a peninsula. You understand? There's a big difference. But we have sandfield. We've done everything we can, and you can see what we're doing now is we're trying to ensure that drainages, channels are not being blocked. That's why you see all those kind of water clogs in certain places. And that's why you see the Commissioner for Housing trying to demolish, trying to clear this thing so that as Lagos has been planned so well by our very, very efficient town planners, we just have to see that people follow those plans and we can have, you know, a successful outcome. So Lagos is still the fastest growing. That Lekki, that place that they say, or who says is sinking, you understand, it's experiencing astronomical growth. It's the fastest growing real estate corridor in Africa. Dangote refinery will not go and build the largest single train refinery in the world on somewhere that is sinking. So Lagos is a good investment. Thank you, they said so.
Let me ask you this about everybody's familiar with Omonile. In fact, it's a unique selling point when you say no Omonile. I see that in some adverts, no, because people just do not want that kind of trouble. But it looks like Omonile, have they come to stay? What's Lagos state government plan for Omonile?
Now, the difference between Omonile in the true sense of that word, child of the soil, indigenous people who, you know, their fathers, their grandfathers, you know, family land, and touts, miscreants, opportunists. Now, opportunists, touts, miscreants, criminals will be dealt with the full force of the law. And, you know, criminality is everywhere. Even if you go to the streets of London today and you just put your phone somewhere that is visible, they will steal it. You know, some states, some places in New York too, or even in England, there's knife crime, there's shooting, there's gangs. So criminality is common in humanity. But that's why you have the law to ensure that this people who are not, who have no good in mind, actually either arrested or taken care of. But the people, the son of the souls, family-owned land, all that, they will still be here with us. So you have to know how to do what we call stakeholder management. You know, you have to know who they are, where they are, what their interests are. I'm just being frank with you. I could give you the political answer and say there's nothing like Omonile in Lagos. You understand? But there are people. Is there Omonile in Delta? They are all over. We are all over. We are all Omonile somewhere or the other. Abi? But we're not all bad people. So there are some people who are doing this thing, just taking advantage and saying that. Some of them are, they are ill-intentioned, you know. So make sure you deal with the right people. Do your sector analysis. Land, ensure that it's not encumbered. You understand? Ensure that it's not in between, it's not going through some family or dispute or there's something involved. Always do your due diligence, you know, and also try and manage them. Some of them are our brothers and our sisters. You just need, you know, to be supported one way or the other. You know, that's what I would say for now. Thank you.
I would, on behalf of African Real Estate International, and indeed, on behalf of all of us here, and I see all of us here as students, and on behalf of all of us, we want to appreciate you for coming and for the quality time we have spent with you. For your presentation, which most of us consider to be very, very incisive, very, very educative, and very, very insightful. You have really schooled us very, very well. And on that note, and to give practical effect to that appreciation, we want to present this award to you. It's not much, but is a symbol of our appreciation for all you have done for us this afternoon. Thank you, and thank you.
Now it was time for more awards, and the presenter and producer of Space.com on Ellen 24/7 was awarded Real Estate Reporter of the Year.
Special recognition for your contribution to real estate development in Africa. Gimalo-Angel Olowogoke in association with World's Greatest Record.
Thank you.
This is being presented to you in recognition for your contribution to real estate development in Africa on excellence in data analytics for real estate.
Actually, for your contribution to real estate development in Africa, and is in association with World's Greatest Records. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And so, as the curtains draw on the Africa Real Estate Summit Awards and Expo 2025, one thing is clear: the future of real estate in Africa is bold, innovative, and inclusive. Director of Events, Africa Real Estate International Limited, Onyeka Onwoka, spoke to Space.com.
I was looking, but I just wanted to be sure that we had a goal, and it was a vision that my wife and I betted. We wanted to carve a niche in real estate because we were looking at transiting from the non-profit we were driving. We have a non-profit organization called the Africa Youth and Talent Network, where we empower young people annually. But we were looking at how do we transit, how do we sustain the impact we are making, rather than wait every time and be waiting for donors to give you money. How do we also create funds and teach young people also how to invest? And that's where we were looking at. And one of the things that came up in all our research was real estate. And so we began to ask the questions: how do we get into real estate? Should we be selling lands, buying properties, and all that? But we thought about the events we'll be doing for young people. So one of our strengths was events. And we said, how can we bring events to real estate? And that's how we batted this vision of having the Africa Real Estate International as an event, as a real estate event company. And so that's what we major on. We are driving the conversation around technology. Each year, we pick a theme that we want to focus on. So this year, we're focusing on the future of real estate, and we're saying technology and digital evolution is playing a major role in today's into this real estate space. And so from the speakers that have spoken so far, someone spoke about fintech, how financial technology is playing a major role. And I think that in fintech, we have also benefited from it, and we're asking realtors to also begin to look at beyond selling to just beyond limiting yourself as a realtor. Where can I also sell to? Can I sell to someone in the diaspora? We had a keynote speaker who is also one of the head of the diaspora in Lagos. How do I sell to the diaspora? So fintech gives you that opportunity. We talked about data analysis. How do you collate data? Because it's very key to have data, to collate data and begin to work with data. And that's what has also helped us. We are just a 3-year-old organization, but we have been able to collate data about 20,000. We have built a community of realtors, about 20,000 community already in just 3 years. And that's because we are collating data. And that's why we are saying these things work. What we are bringing, the facilitators we are bringing are people that we have tested, that we have trusted, and the things that we are actually doing as an organization. And that's why we are trying to also ask other realtors or other real estate organizations to begin to look at these key areas. Because in the long run, the vision is that we want to see that we have someone talked about omonile, about fraud, about distrust. When we have all of these conversations and we know about the right things, because sometimes information is even what is making some of these issues in the society, especially in the real estate, somebody defrauded. You see somebody today becomes a realtor tomorrow. They have no background about real estate. So, but coming to these master classes and these events, we'll be able to help shape them.
Okay, before I let you go, let's talk about your upcoming programs. I know there's one in...
Yes, there's one in... So, this year, when we started with just Lagos. And we thank you also, and we thank LN247 for being there for us, because you were there from the one we started. And from just having that one real estate event in Lagos, we have gone into Accra. We have expanded to Accra. We have expanded to Kenya. We have, Accra, Ghana. We have expanded to Nairobi, Kenya. We are now expanding this year. We are doing 7 cities. Amazing.
I must say, what an amazing job. Congratulations, Mr. Onyeka Onwuka. He's the Director of Events, also the convener of Africa Real Estate Summit Awards and Expo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, LN247. Thank you. If you're not watching LN247, you're missing. This is a station that gives you information, entertainment, and what's the last one? I know it's information, entertainment, and education. So keep watching LN247.
From visionary conversations to strategic partnerships and well-deserved recognitions, this event has not only celebrated excellence, it has sparked ideas, inspired action, and opened new frontiers of opportunity. To the developers, investors, policymakers, tech disruptors, and thought leaders who gathered, the work doesn't end, it actually begins afresh. Together, they are building more property, shaping the future of our continent, one space at a time.
You've been watching Space.com on LN247, and we visited the event at Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. It was the Africa Real Estate Summit, Expo, and Awards. And yours truly got an award as Real Estate Reporter of the Year. So many thanks to the organization and the organizers. So we've talked about data analysis, fintech, land use act, laws, policies, all concerning real estate, and it's left for the participants today and the stakeholders to go home, take an action, and rebuild Nigeria to how it should be. Nigerian landscape should be with policies and actions even competing with that of the outside world. Thanks for watching Space.com. Gimalo-Angel, signing out.